good evening, everybody. Well, someone said they'd like to see us do a VRA in the south area, and you got it. Right now we're eastbound on Florin from the freeway from 99. There's a home invasion situation in the Florin area, and this all started around 9:30-ish. If you were awake during that time, just about anywhere in Sacramento, you heard a ton of sirens. And that was because a call went out for shots fired, code 3 cover. And we were jetting this way, and there were cops coming from every direction you could look. And then they came up on the air and said, no, it was the sound of shots fired. And everybody reduced, and they dug deeper into finding out what was going on. Early reports were that someone was trying to break into the individual's home, and a shot was fired. He returned fire, and the subjects split. Later information revealed that there was 4 black male adults that were attempting a home invasion, and 2 have since been detained, at least, and they've got a track on another one. There's a perimeter in the area, and air unit CHP air is overhead right now, and the sheriff's helicopter, who's been on almost the whole time, is heading back to the hangar because they're low on fuel, and they're going to be reviewing some video and try to give some better detail on where one of the subjects may be. So they're having the perimeter units hold their positions, and robbery detectives are en route. So that's all we know on that situation at this time. And hey, Ma, saw that message there real quick. And no Ace tonight. I'm solo. So low you can't hear me. So I'll be responding to messages as I can. So if you know this area of Florin at all, this is far towards the east end of Florin, French area, and it's going to be off of Huntsville Drive.
Okay, you guys are right there where I'm seeing that heat source. It's right there between the foundation and where the lead officer with the canine is. What was that? On top of it if there's somebody hiding there, so I don't think it's going to be what you're looking for.
Alright, so here we are on the far end of the perimeter, and here we'll hang out. for a while. And Dan has popped up our YouTube there, and exactly, we need y'all to head on over there and subscribe to our YouTube channel. But the topic, which started last night and is still the topic, the main topic tonight. Oh, where did it go? Where is that? Oh, there we go. And we'll pin that one up, if it will cooperate and let me pin it. Come on now, don't be a booger. There we go. Virtual ride-along sponsorships. You can now sponsor one of our virtual ride-alongs. We have several sponsors already. The sponsorship slots are filling up. And so if you have a business or just want to sponsor one of the virtual ride-alongs, we will be pinning your, hold on a second here.
What 93, correction, Medic 43, Truck 43, there now.
We will be pinning your business name and link to your business right there where that pin link is throughout the virtual ride-along for that night, and mentioning your business a few times as we can, and you'll be sponsoring the virtual ride-along for the night. Lonnie heard it all on the scanner. That would be the place to hear it. Hey Paula, welcome. Karen gotcha. Yep. And Air 21 is overhead. You may, because the microphones are pretty good on this device, if I shut up for a minute, you'll hear the motor from Air 21. Hey Pamela, we are on a home invasion perimeter where they think they have a bead on, I think it's at least the third or maybe the fourth suspect. 2 have been detained. Hey Tammy, we need this everywhere, and that is one of the things we are working on expanding. And those sponsorships, the virtual ride-along sponsorships, are a major step in getting us in that direction. If we can get at least 25 sponsorships a month, that will be a large help in getting things in the right direction. So we're thankful for the sponsors we got already. Some folks jumped right on that. We have a construction company, and we have some real estate agents, and a couple of others who have already become sponsors, taking up a few slots, so they're filling up quick. Michelle, this is in the Florin area of Sacramento, South Sacramento. Thanks, Misty.
Battalion 1, Engine 8, Pacific 1047.
It's off of Huntsville Drive.
47th Street. Battalion 1, Engine 8, time up 170, Charlie 3, Operation Bravo 3.
That's, again, we're on a perimeter for a home invasion, or attempt home invasion on Huntsville Drive. Hey, there you go, Jeff. Always down for donut 30, huh? Good stuff. And sorry for that glare in there. And it's the street light is just in the wrong spot. But try to adjust it there a little bit. So it's a perimeter, and we can't go beyond where we're at. So we'll just hang out here and wait and hear how things develop. I'm going to start sounding like a broken record.
Attention all divisions, activity is resuming a 2-channel operation. 3 to 1 and identify. 6 to 4 and identify. Repeating information, activity channel operation. 3 to 1 and 6 to 4 and identify. Activity south, midnight 26.
So Joseph, welcome to the party. Hang on a second. We are on a police perimeter, or sheriff perimeter, in the Florin area of South Sacramento. This is a home invasion that started up around 9:30. Hey, Pam. Justine. And they have at least 2 in custody right now. So I'll be stepping out and getting some shots real quick. And I'll be right back. Oh, hold on a second.
So watching the video, he ran almost directly northwest from 7284 Huntsville into 8536 or 8532 Sun Florin into the backyard there. And did he ever continue after that, or is that about the last spot you guys saw him? That's the last spot we ever saw him, not sure. But with the way the perimeter was there, it might not be a bad idea to start checking with residents to check their garages in that area.
Okay.
All right, copy, thanks.
Hey, Joseph. Ace is not with me tonight. I'm solo tonight. And again, that's why we need these sponsorships. We're 100% volunteer right now, and we need to get some paychecks rolling so we can get some folks out of their jobs and other situations and working full-time here at Public Safety News. And we need to fund some staffing positions and some administrative positions and some bureau chief positions. So again, if you are a business owner or know of a business or someone who'd like to sponsor a virtual ride-along, we would greatly appreciate that. We already have some spots filling up. Our first sponsored virtual ride-along will be tomorrow night. So, and once again, I'll be stepping away from the vehicle for just a couple minutes. Be right back.
One off 56, are you calling your VC?
I'm around. There, 21 on K98. Go ahead, sir. I'm assuming you copied STARS traffic about the 2 addresses on Sunporn. I was getting ready to clarify what those addresses were. If you could, please, that'd be great. 8532 in Sunporn. Okay, you broke after the 8532. What was the second one? 8536. Copy that. report, and looks like a shed outbuilding in the backyard of that one.
Did I miss anything?
We copy. We're going to be searching there and then moving west.
Oh.
Copy that. And you do have another
Yeah, I had that.
outbuilding at 7280, it looks like.
I had that one coming. We won't talk about that. Ixnay on the sit on the Lindsay. Sheesh.
62 Franklin, copy 14 on Franklin Boulevard, 7123 Franklin.
What's going on, Claudia? Mom was snitching on me. Sheesh.
211, I'll start you as well.
We have a home invasion situation going on. 2 suspects in custody at this time that I'm aware of. And they're tracking another one right now.
It didn't state what kind.
Dave Novick, howdy. See, I told you mainstream media watches us. See, when mainstream can't be here, they watch us. Just have to harass, you know that. Yep, exactly. And the way we work, we would like to be right there, right behind them when they are, but for some reason they don't let us get that close. Something about for safety or something like that. Bah humbug. Ah, Brandy, yes, you should. Yeah, Joseph, glad you mentioned that, actually, because they happen way more often than people are that realize. And
23 from 28.
right, Garen, you have to be giving them money or something, kind of like Live PD and Live Rescue. They can get right there in the face. And
yeah, I got a subject who's stranded in the middle of an open field. He's in a white or a gray caravan. I think the field
and
from the Dry Creek side.
They do it in the name of entertainment, not journalism. That's the pitiful part. But anyways, we were talking. Joseph and I were talking about a lot of home invasions, and you're right. There are a lot of home invasions, and people are unaware of it. We're trying to start putting a spotlight on that, but the problem is a lot of them are over. They don't get.
District 3, and it's 1 copy, code 12 in 983 at 12th Street and Ida Street, upgraded in priority. There's a green van stalled out on the light rail tracks. We're calling over to the SSC.
Okay, a vehicle stalled on light rail tracks downtown. So anyway, they do happen a lot more often than people realize, and we stop when the radio is talking. So they're absolutely terrifying, and I actually have a friend at church, a couple of friends that were together, and they were victims of a home invasion. They were working on a pickup truck or a vehicle out in the driveway, and the subjects showed up with guns and forced them into the house, duct taped them, robbed the house, and absolutely terrifying situation. And again, they happen more often than folks realize. We'll hear something and we won't realize it's a home invasion from the way it was sounding on the radio, but we find out later on it was a home invasion. So we got a traffic collision northbound Highway 99 east of eastbound Mac Road, I think is where that was. That alert cleared off. Here we go. Northbound 99, eastbound Mac Road.
The SOC right now. They're aware of the vehicle on the tracks and they're fine.
Copy.
Time 4, engine 7, headed 53.
Just got an alert from Netflix. Wondering what to watch? No, we're watching it. Yeah, Jeff, that was crazy. That Miami situation. We had another situation before this went down this evening. They moved in on a guy that was on PRCS. That's the early parole release supervision. And they took him into custody. It was a surrounding call out. And they detained 3 and got him. And they told one of the neighbors that was just a parole violation thing. However, they called CSI for GSR on his vehicle. So that's for gunshot residue check to see if a gun had been fired from the vehicle. And they did a field show up for a victim to identify him. So it's not a parole little violation thing when you're doing all that. So we will try to find out more information on that. That was off of 65th and 21st, off of Florin and 21st in that area before this happened. So that was probably about 9 o'clock-ish. And these aren't super duper exciting, but they are what they are. And just like, you know, some of these officers have to sit here. And well, it's not really exciting. They got to be vigilant and they're keeping their head on a swivel, watching and making sure the suspect doesn't break out somewhere. And they will sit like this for very extended amounts of time as they conduct house-to-house searches and checking backyards with a canine. Hi, Claudia. This is in South Sacramento. I think is it probably Sunrise Florin area. There we go. I just saw it on my handy dandy map. Near the Fletcher Farm Community Center. Just a little bit of ways from that. It's going to be west of the Fletcher Farms Community Center. Off of Florin and French Road. I didn't get to the but I'm scared part, Brandy. Oh, William, hey, you know, it's this is what we do, and we appreciate that, but it's in our DNA, we like to say, and we think this is how news should be done. And yeah, again, a lot of folks don't realize this is how your overnight action news is aggregated, and it's been done this way for many years. And folks just had, you know, this is kind of the part of the news industry that wasn't known about for ages until what was the movie? Nightcrawler came out, and that guy was really slimy. And so the first real movie that came out about news stringers, they made it really slimy, which was bad. But then Shot in the Dark came out and gave a pretty authentic rendition of what we do.
On a substitute Chrysler at Sacramento.
And appreciate team helping out there and dropping some links in there for you, get some more information. And Community First Group is our parent organization. We are a non-profit, for those who don't know. And that's the other thing about those sponsorships. If a business or someone does that sponsorship, that's a write-off. Because we are a non-profit organization, so that's a donation. Oh, and we've got a failure. Ah, shoot, I just lost the channel. CHP has a failure to yield coming out of Roseville.
6 Victor Zebra King 151, we have the info.
Yeah, so if you have a chance on a different device than what you're on, go to com1group.org and you'll learn more about the broad spectrum of our whole nonprofit. It's about a mile from you, Rebecca. Gotcha. William, understand. Not everyone is able to help financially, and we definitely understand that. And so we just ask those folks to help out a little extra and share our posts and be active on the page. It helps a lot. Yeah, Brandy, the helicopter was getting short on fuel and had to go back to the hangar, and now I hear the airplane buzzing overhead. That's CHP's Air 21. And I think they just broke away to go to the pursuit, probably, because I don't hear them overhead anymore. Hey, good morning, Christy Cooley. No, thanks, William. Appreciate that. And everyone right now could help us out by tapping on the screen and hitting that share button. That would help us out greatly. And then the other one that would help us out is to share, grab that link for the VRA sponsorships and share that with some business owners you may know that would like to get some exposure and would consider sponsoring us for one of the virtual ride-alongs. And the spots are filling up, so we've had some sponsors already filling up some of the spots. We have bookings into next week already. Thanks, Katie, appreciate that. Lisa, thank you. And I know sitting on these perimeters is kind of like watching grass grow. But it will be like this a lot of times, and all of a sudden it will be a ton of action. Awesome, thank you, Claudia, appreciate that. Some of you, if you listen to scanner apps or scanners, you're noticing some issues right now in the radio systems. They are switching over from analog to digital, and right in the middle of the conversion for that, and it's a long, arduous process, and I think they're trying to have that completed by the end of the year. They have to replace all the radios, and I see some flashlights on buildings down there. They have to replace all the radios, so you can just imagine the cost. So the radios in all the vehicles, all the handheld radios, and you don't even think about, you know, some of the, where a lot of the radios are, and they have caches of radios for emergency situations, and those all have to be programmed, and so it takes some time, and then they have to work all the bugs out of the systems. Yeah, Joseph. They're yeah, and you gotta remember, CHP is a huge organization, so that's a lot of funding. So they're usually like the last ones to cut over on everything. Yeah, Lisa. Yeah, that tree got straightened out the last couple of nights. So we drove past there and showed everybody that the Capitol got straightened out. Yeah, we monitor CHP on the low band. Good question there, William, about the scanner apps. So what you have to remember is the scanner apps, every single one of those apps feed from Broadcastify. So even though you might have a different apps, the feeds are the same. They're the exact same feeds. So when you're listening to Fire, you're listening to the same Fire feed on the radio app, all the scanner app, all the different apps. They are the exact same feed. They are hosted by individuals at their homes who host a feed. So we know a few of the folks who host the feeds here in Sacramento, and you know the individual who does the Fire one, he's already upgraded his radios, and is all ready for everything to switch over. In fact, I think all the Fire stuff is switched over already, so you're probably hearing a lot of the digital stuff from that. Oh, it looks like they're starting to break down the perimeter. Let's see, the funny thing is, you notice you don't hear much, and a lot of times you see us come in the area and they go off the radios. And it's probably what they wound up doing, because we haven't heard anything. You see all the deputies leaving and they're shutting down. So they must have what they called code 10, cancel the perimeter. Yeah, so long story short there, William, the apps it'll depend on who's hosting what you're listening to, and if they've updated everything. All right. So, the cops are clearing out, which means we're clearing out. Right, exactly, Dan. Right, that's exactly right. William, and you won't hear any tactical channels on those feeds. We monitor all the tactical channels here, but that's not what you want most people to be hearing, and you especially don't want the bad guys to be hearing it. And if those things were on the apps, it would just make it way too easy for the bad guys to be hearing what's going on. Now, let's be realistic. You know, the bad guys are going to have access to the apps as well. So they do hear some things that go on, and that's why a lot of times they'll switch over to tactical channels because they're not on the apps, and the officers know that. Safe? Come on, Mom. You're taking all the fun out of everything.
110 from Alpha 27. Are you available for a call?
But safety is our middle name. You know we say that.
Adam, 5-5 traffic stop.
So I know all the coppers are down here, so we'll slide on down. The ones that are left. So the actual home invasion took place down the street down here. Now the perimeter is wrapped up. We can head down this way.
Oh, it's counter set. Side. Sorry about that.
And they're talking to some of the neighbors and letting them know what's going on. So we got CSI. The white pickup trucks are the sheriff's CSI. And we're going to flip around here in this dead end with everybody else.
Yeah, 663. We're okay.
That's fine.
Adam, 5-5, Maverick 36, I'm 1 when you're ready.
Adam 55, displated 6 Adam X-ray 553, comes back clear current on a 2007 Toyota out of Sacramento. Go ahead with 270.
5-5, it's white, yellow, 304896.
I'm going to be parking and jumping out real quick and grabbing some more shots. So, since I'm solo tonight, I am the primary shooter. And I can't handle the live and my regular camera at the same time. So, I'm going to be leaving you all here for right now. And I'll be right back. And while I go get the shots I need to get. Be good too. Oh man, now Mom's really asking too much. Make sure I got a full battery. Got that. All right, and I'll be right back. Oh, that helped out.
When you're ready. 7-1 out of Sacramento here in NC. Shows that he's a restrained person. A protective party last stand in court for substantial often empty here in the
2423, go ahead.
Yeah, go to India. Yeah, the assistant.
5 driver just sped through northbound side. Coming at you, just blew the 2 stop signs by PS2. Stop sign, high rated speed coming at you. 5-5 copy, is that the white car? Yep, that's him. Behind you, 5-5. Adam 5-5, traffic stop.
Go ahead.
5 Tom, Mary David, 744. It'll be a white Ford Fusion, and we're at Sud outside of the H&S. Maverick, copy that.
2178.
Card 88.
Great, you should have the info in the CAD. Can you run that real quick? The license plate should be attached.
Right.
Three from 57 has made contact.
Negative, run that plate in our CAD system as it comes out.
Adam 5-5, the plate's actually going to match from previous marijuana calls.
Heck, I'm telling you, if I run it by the plate though, that it's coming up.
5-5, yeah, we copy that. And Adam 5-5, I have a 7-8 when you're ready.
Go ahead.
YLO 4453 868. Last of Low, first of Jake. Date of birth is 2/13 and 2001. David,
Still checking back on the 7280.
go ahead. Your distance. Toro TD. 37, copy.
On that 970 last of row, that subject we did contact, that comes up a CAD as a 971 vehicle in Desmond Hall on 913 of 2019.
Here's 12, go ahead. Copy.
Thank you.
Central 012-3, David Ida Williams 290, and the vehicle is parked on.
Here's 12, copy 3, David Ida Williams 290, vehicle parked in lot. Here's 12, 23rd, 20 and a 1992 Ford 4-door.
Shop 16, phone number is 392-635-39.
Short of P&O, registration deferred on file last 42638. Registered to last of Levine versus Joseph. At your site.
No problem.
Cody on 32, 981.
17198, where he was booked for Adams Boy, the vehicle was parked in lot 15. Understood, definitely be clear at CIC.
The time of stop and traffic coordinate, please.
Adam 55, time of stop is going to be 0059. Your court date is going to be March 5th.
Adam 57, copy. Party's on their way. Logs updated.
472098, parties on the way.
All right, we're back. Thank you, Ann Fan, for keeping everybody updated for me. That's always fun when we run into one of our viewers on scene. That was kind of fun. She was standing there with the phone in her hand, and she goes, "Wait a minute, that's you. I'm watching you." I said, "No, I'm not there. I'm here with you." So that was funny.
33, can you start tow, please? And we are on Sud by Sequoia Hall.
All right. Oh, now they put up tape. Because media was there. All right. All right, so Lieutenant can give me details. They want us to go through the public information officer.
Yeah.
So I'll have to catch up with Sergeant Tess in the morning and get all the details. But they were searching a house while we were right there, and they got the canine out, and you probably were able to see that from the distance here. So they still have at least one suspect outstanding, but I couldn't get any more details. So that is how it is for us overnight on trying to get details. Shoot. Of course I have to put the tape up after I get back to the car, and I missed the obligatory putting up the crime scene tape shot. Oh man, does that make me a bad photojournalist? No. Okay, so Rachel, where exactly is that, Michael Harris? This is off of Florin and French Roads in South Sacramento. And we're gonna head into back to our default area down to downtown Sacramento. So for those of you who just came in and joined us, we were on a home invasion while, ooh, there's a dog going nuts over here. Hold on a minute. When we hear dogs going nuts near a spot where there's
Field nothing else and vehicle to WMA, black jacket, black conclusion.
yeah, that dog is going bananas. Yeah, this is off of Florin Road, and the dog could be going nuts because of this guy right here. Alright, dogs aren't going nuts anymore. Alright, so home invasion on off of Huntsville in the 7200 block of Huntsville Road or Drive in South Sacramento off of Florin and French for the major crosses. And again, this all started around 9:30 p.m. and with a report of shots fired and deputies requesting code 3 cover, which normally means that they're in trouble. And we got shots fired and deputies requesting code 3 backup. You get every officer from everywhere scrambling in that direction, and around 9:30 that's what it was. And we have one of our team members that was all the way up north and said, "Hey, I got units going code 3." from all over the place up here. What's going on? And it wasn't anything up there. It was that they were all heading down here, and they got on scene and found it was just a sound of shots fired. And the officers were okay. Then as things developed, it came out that there was someone trying to break into the home, and allegedly a shot was fired by the quote-unquote suspect, and the homeowner returned fire. Then it was discovered that there were 4 subjects, black male adults. At least 2 were in custody, maybe 3. They thought they had a sight on another one, and they've been doing their due diligence and checking that whole area from air and ground with dogs. Oh, leftover trees. So that is the situation we're leaving now. So we got plenty of video and photos, and so when a press release comes out tomorrow, or we check in with the sheriff's public information officer, we'll be able to get the details and get that posted up on our website, and that'll push out to our social media as well. By the way, if you haven't been to our regular website, psnews.us, it is designed for mobile, but it's desktop friendly. Over 90% of our website viewers are viewing our website via mobile, and so our IT said, hey, why are we designing for desktop when most of our viewers are mobile? And we kind of flipped things around and designed our site the other direction, and it looks incredible on both. So when you go to our site on your mobile device, it is very very fluid, very, very fast, and elegant. Our IT department does an incredible job. Thanks, Steven. Appreciate that. Yep, there's that link right there for our website. And Sergio, we are photojournalists, just to clarify. Tactical photojournalists. Hey y'all, sorry about that. Bumped the wrong button. That was my fault. Hopefully we can get mostly everybody back on here. Thanks, Rachel. Yeah, I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that, y'all. So if any of my team members are viewing right now, if you can go in and change the title and make it A and B respectively, so folks know the difference between the two, that would be great. Appreciate that. I know, right, Steve? So we're on Stockton Boulevard, which parallels Highway 99. We're northbound right now, heading back into downtown Sacramento. Nope, not too new, been around for a while. Thanks, Lisa, appreciate that. Awesomeness. You know, the YouTube just announced some new parameters, which is going to mess up a lot of YouTubers. And you know, a long time ago, you know, like we used to have our channel monetized, and then they made you have to have 1,000 subscribers to monetize, which we're getting close to now. And just as we're getting close to 1,000, they add in another major hurdle, and you have to have a buku amount of annual viewer hours to monetize, and that's going to start in January. So that was another major setback for us on YouTube. So we're not going to be able to move over to YouTube as quickly as we wanted to, but that's all up to our viewers. And we are loading a lot more stuff onto YouTube now. So there's plenty there for, even when we're not live, there's plenty of things there for your viewing pleasure on our YouTube channel.
Bigger if you hear someone cussing and then silent line again. Another call back, now answered, possibly said, yeah.
It goes the vases around. That's good. I'm good. Tell him you said that.
Multiple history with the cell phones for 415 DB to 2578 Hall Creek Drive, number 189, so we changed the 925. Subject to Connie Brown and her ex Gregory Douglas.
Yep, both threw that up there at the same time. So yeah, there's that sponsorship link again, and just like we have that sponsorship link pinned, if you or someone you know, or a business owner you know, you own a business, when you sponsor one of our virtual ride-alongs just like this, that will be pinned right there and will be dropped in several times throughout the virtual ride-along. So not only do you get the exposure during the ride-along, but we get thousands of reach views. So when you look at our videos, you can see the reach, and that's how many eyes have seen the video post. But your business and your link will also be in the header of in the title. So that goes way beyond just the night of the ride-along. It goes on in perpetuity. Ooh, those big words. Gotta be careful. I use up my vocabulary bank. And I won't be able to talk at all. Shoot. Gotta pace myself. Ambulance drivers who leave their scene lights on. I never did that when I was driving ambulance. Never. Right. So this intersection right here with this rail crossing is a bad crossing. Seen a few light rail versus vehicle accidents there. The Libby plant on our left, or cannery, I should say.
3677 comes back here. Tires 531 of 2019 on a 2001 Nissan Sacramento.
Yeah, well, I've seen some pretty horrendous light rail train versus vehicle accidents. Cars split in two. One of the one that's on our YouTube channel. There was one on K Street downtown. I think it was Archives Plaza, I believe. It was a convertible, and the guy was trapped in the car, and he was absolutely fine. He was just trapped, but that car looked horrendous. So now we're downtown, and we'll do a quick beat check and see what's happening around here, see where the hot spot is tonight. Street and 13th Street. My wife and I were riding with some friends on the way to work in the morning, and the guy pulled out and was accelerating and slammed right into us. Thank God we were in a Suburban. But it was extensive damage to the Suburban. We had some aches and pains for a while from that. Our friend who was driving had to go through back surgery.
Anyone?
Coming out now. Victim is in a black Chevrolet Avalanche. There's an unknown vehicle following that person. Our keeping solid for miles. On the suspect vehicle tailgate them, south of 5 south of west. And a black Chevy Avalanche. And no further communication tonight.
That could be scary. Someone's got a vehicle following them on the freeway and tailgating them. First spot to check, Lavender Heights, and looks a little busy tonight. Badlands is the hot spot again tonight, it looks like. Faces is a little busy. Lobra is almost empty. And there's Taxi Dave. Head down here towards the mix. And the Park Ultra Lounge area. Park is probably closed. The mix is probably going, be my guess.
Battalion 1, Engine 4, with assist 2720 Tango Street. With assist 2720 Tango Street. Battalion 1, Engine 4, firm at 169 Bravo 4, Operations Bravo 3.
As I suspected, Park is not open.
392501.
Yeah, Lisa. I was glad we were in a big vehicle too. If it would have been a smaller vehicle, that could have been really bad. They had the Christmas tree lighting tonight here at the Capitol. And someone on here said they were there tonight. Person's still on or not. And noticed that they had straightened up the Christmas tree. We'll go check in on it. Make sure it's still straight.
127 exit police in proximity. Additional unit needed. 2735 weapons. Northgate Boulevard in Bridgeford Driving. 1 St. Charles. 1 Salem 1 to copy. Complainant and boyfriend were in a 415. With boyfriend is
there's a Christmas tree.
Further information at 5735 weapons. Northgate Boulevard in Bridgeford Drive. Additional unit needed.
And it is straight. What do you guys do? Jennifer, must be your first time with us. We are tactical photojournalists.
Sam 1, I copy. Do we have Aaron Kinavo?
Are you available?
Can I have a firm around?
Yeah.
There you go.
Just see if I copy the drawing.
We are where the news gets their news. In short. Of course, not anymore since they don't have budget. Since they don't have budgets to pay us anymore. Which is why we developed our nonprofit. Wow, they did a nice job with the tree this year. I gotta admit, that is sharp looking. That's actually kind of impressive. That's about the best I've seen it. Someone said it looked pretty legit. So, yeah, it does. Howdy, Bobby.
Sam 1, I copy. Thank you for gathering that. Can I have 5 and hash next one?
Unit 55.
468-3534. He's on a formal search program.
Time 1 engine 2, and down on the sidewalk on 18th Street at K. Cuba Street, and down on the sidewalk on 18th Street at K. Cuba Street. The time 1 engine 2, and at
got report of a man down. That can be anything from a transient sleeping to use your imagination. So if we're available and we got nothing else we're doing, we make sure and roll to those. I went to one of those several years back, and because I'm a former medic firefighter, I don't mind going into those ahead of everybody else. If I get there before fire or medics, not a big deal. And I got there, and there was a guy who had been beat to death over, I think, off of 9th. 9th and T area, I believe. They said 18th and K for this one, didn't they?
It's
29 where I look in.
4720 Sacramento. You know, that's the vehicle on the victim. Advice you're being followed. Negative.
And 18th, I do not see anyone.
at Northgate Boulevard and Bridgeford Drive. It's a 2735 weapons call.
We don't need air. Thank you.
And they've got domestic somewhere with weapons.
21 copy. And 171, I copy. 15. Good work.
And looking around, don't see anybody down anywhere. I do see a transient stuff over here on the left.
Thank you so much.
So there's the stuff. You guys okay? Oh, they're on their way. Is he okay? Just fell down, or? Okay. Hey. Okay, hang on a second. They're on the way. I'll be right there. Okay, so there's a guy down on the sidewalk over here. I'm gonna go check it out real quick. And I'll be right back with you guys. Don't let anybody take the car along.
Alpha 27, they're claiming it's a 415 BV, and she's saying that she lied about the gun to get us here.
Copy.
Oh, you should have that extra one, please.
Okay, good.
Yep, and I got a man down unconscious over here on the sidewalk.
Yeah, Chevy.
Turning my flashes on so fire can see us. I'll be right back.
33. You stack or call and show us on a traffic stop.
Delta 33, go ahead.
7 Frank, X-ray Henry 079. There we back.
1 Alpha 28, your plate 6 Adam 53331 comes back clear. Registration suspended effective 9/20 of 2019 on a 1999 Chevrolet out of Rancho Cordova.
What's the return on the Chevy pickup?
Alpha 28, plate 6 Adam 53331 comes back clear. Registration suspended effective 9/20 of 2019 on a 1999 Chevrolet out of Rancho Cordova. Alpha 35, can you send me on way 33?
Okay. It's an older Asian gentleman. He was unconscious. He came to while I was there. The fires just arrived on scene behind us. And so first he told me he was diabetic. Then he doesn't know if he's diabetic. But it smells like alcohol pretty bad. So you take your guess. Come, go ahead and flip around real quick. Oh, fire engine has a light out.
Traffic stop at 16-9 on
Padilla fire engine.
Adam, Mary, 431.
Out of Mary 431 comes back clear current on a 2010 Dodge out of Folsom.
Alrighty. Tell you what, thought I was gonna have to start CPR there for a minute. He was not looking good. Hey Steve, Merry Christmas. Thanks, Stephen. Prayers are always good for folks. His shoe is untied. Sheesh. What am I gonna do with you? Okay, let's see. We checked out Capitol Garage. I think I've told you guys before, like, we see things when we're driving around. Our landmarks aren't like buildings and that. Like Capitol Garage right here, you see things almost like an augmented reality. So I see 4 people shot on the patio right there, and over here I see a big wreck on this corner and some big fights going on. It's just incidents that you've covered. They kind of like overlay the landscape that's there. So
when you plate 5 King John Charles 776 comes back clear, expired 9/10 of 2019 on a 2004 Hyundai with a release of liability to Lassive Castellano.
Sophie, stop yelling at me. All caps means you're yelling. And Florin Perkins, I think you're referring to off of Florin and French. And yeah, we were live on scene there a little while ago. That was a home invasion. And at least 2 suspects in custody, possibly 2 others outstanding. Yes, it was. You're absolutely correct. And that just wrapped up a little bit ago. Actually, they're probably still there investigating. And truth be told, there'll probably be some undercovers in the area for a little while, seeing if someone pops their head up related to the incident. So I hear some partiers down the street here, probably at the mix. As soon as the light turns green. Love sitting at red lights with no vehicles coming the other direction. Makes a whole lot of sense, doesn't it? No problem, Sophie, I understand. I don't get worked up about it. Other people do, but I don't. I know it's easier for some folks. Oh, what's all the cheering going on down here? Where's over here at the Grand, someone's having a shindig. Mazel tov. Kind of go back up this way. Other direction. It's weird, no cars here in this parking lot. Hey Joe, how's it going? A handful of people making all that racket. At least they're having fun, I guess, right?
472098 log updated.
19. Just to go to
472098 log updated.
Just to go to 1921.
Yeah, Bobby, I really think he was just over intoxicated.
Fire map 131 Bravo 1, Operation Bravo 2.
So we got done with the home invasion. We had an unconscious guy who came to for us. And that's about all we've had tonight so far. And that's all right. People being safe and okay is all right. We don't have to have a bunch of action. Alright, if you have all your Christmas shopping done, let's see a bunch of thumbs up. Everybody got their Christmas shopping done? That's what I thought. No one's got their Christmas shopping done. Or it takes a little while for the thumbs up to start appearing. And where's everybody from tonight? I think our furthest is Australia so far, I believe. From the land down under. Oh, we got some time. Okay, some folks got their shopping done. All right, Steve. Haven't even started, Angela. Gotcha. Not a problem, Lisa. Have a good one. Thanks for joining us. Now remember, if you're doing your shopping online and Amazon, make sure you use Amazon Smile and select Community First Group for your organization you want to support. Ohio, Arden. Night, that's a fine place to be from, Stephen. Oh, you're going night. Okay, good night. St. Mary's, Ohio. Dynamite, Oregon. Downey, California. All right. Thanks for joining us, y'all.
Alpha 29, staff your call, show us on the traffic stop.
Pico, Ohio, Elk Grove. Steve, I'm gonna plead the fifth.
Back 11298, over to 98, 2 vehicle 1180.
1290, 98, 2 vehicle 1180.
House 421, really, on Steven here, boys, and good night, everybody.
Right, let's see what this is.
Okay, 1 engine 2, medic 2, fall, Front Street and L Lima Street, front of Candy Heaven. Fall, in front of Candy Heaven on L Street at Front Street. Okay, 1 engine 2, medic 2, and 149 off of 1, Operation Salvage.
Fall.
Listen at code 2, taking at code 2.
In Old Sacramento. L Street at Front Street. We can go check that out. We didn't check out Old Sacramento yet anyway.
Delta 29-year temporary plate comes back to a 1998 Buick.
So we're heading to a fall victim in Old Sacramento at L Street and Front Street. Slip next to this car here. And okay. So make sure they weren't going to pinch me off there on the turn. We drive really cautiously at night downtown. Obviously, everyone downtown is down here and out and about to do what? Stay sober? No. So we drive extra defensively. And I'm sure everyone's using their designated driver, right? Right. All right, we got a green. Nice. That parking garage you saw on your left, the opening there was a gentleman who used to play his trumpet down in the driveway of the parking garage and made some wonderful acoustics, and it was just neat to kind of park there and listen to him play his trumpet.
AAA recall, last 8 hours. I'll reopen the original loan.
Tom. Oh, there's an Amazon Smile link. Also, for that, you can go to go.psnews.us/Amazon Smile. And that will give you the correct link as well for a shortened link. Oh, we are going to skip this one and jump up on the freeway. We have a vehicle accident involving a moped and someone is unconscious in the roadway at Alhambra and Folsom. Yes, I see the green light. Just a minute. Just a minute. I'm looking for something. Okay, it's not there.
Hi, 1 Medical 4, injured male, SPD responding, Capital Avenue.
25 being requested on channel 4 for priority.
Hi, 1 Medical 4, high map 170, Charlie 1 operation officer.
We do have injury, Department 149. Altitude 3 on 4.
Goes medic 2. And remember, you can turn left on a red light on one-way streets. And that ambulance there is heading to the fall victim in Old Sacramento, but we are going to bypass that and head to the moped incident. Or might have been auto versus pedestrian. Could have been.
Battalion 1, engine 15, medic 15. Thank you, ma'am. 246 San Juan Road in front of Highway 202. Thank you, ma'am.
How many providers on
2046 San Juan Road in front of Highway 202.
We'll continue to check it out.
26 percent out across. You're clearing Minnesota for the 5150 violent. 173 copy. 112 times 9th Street. 3M at the Capitol Park Hotel in front of room 402. Subject cut himself to try to kill himself. Fire is currently line 5150 violent. 1125 9th Street.
5150 violent. Attempting to kill himself on 9th Street. We don't need to go to that.
Subject is 49 years old, not currently violent. He used scissors, clippers, and possibly an object like a utility. And he's outside of the room. Looks like bleeding and stopped.
Operation 1125 9th Street, number 402, Capitol Park Hotel. Operation Capitol Park Hotel, 1125 9th Street, number 402. Detain 1, engine 1, and 1. High route 149, Alpha 2, Operation Alpha 3. Operation Alpha 3.
Is available.
Unit monitoring, Safety Additional 1.
And here we sit, another red light with no traffic coming.
2 vessels elect.
You're available for 459.
Two vessels, we control you.
And fire is on scene. With the subject down the roadway. Come on, backboard. That looks like a fall down and go boom is what it looks like. Or it might have been a jump bike. So this was, oh, it is. It's a scooter. So
route to the 945 at Capitol Park. All are confirmed that no weapons on currently, but there was a utility knife on the drive.
So it's on a jump scooter.
No longer living.
And it looks like just the fall down and go boom. They said no vehicles were involved. And they got him on the backboard for precaution. Hi, Crystal. Medic 4 and engine 4. Him loaded up and on the way to the hospital.
California Medic, I just got a
Not nearly as well at all as we expected, Crystal. We had a goal of 50,000, and we garnered significantly less than that. A few less zeros and commas in the wrong position. So, but we are thankful for what we did give. We're thankful for those who did give generously, and some folks gave very generously, and we really, really appreciate that. And that just because we didn't make the goal that we wanted, it wasn't for naught. Like we say, every bit helps, and we really appreciate it. A young lady at the gas station yesterday came up and said, we followed, my mom and I follow you on Facebook, and here's a donation, and gave us $10, and that was awesome. So we're getting ready to put gas. I told her, just getting ready to put some viewer supported gas here in the news cruiser, and she says, well, you're gonna put some more in. Yes, ma'am. Traffic collision, Stonegate Avenue at Village Parkway in West Sacramento. We will not be going to that.
193, it's coming up, record not on file. 90, correction, standby. Yeah, record not on file. 90883 King 2.
193 copy. It's had the vehicle lit up. We're behind a white Ford F-150. Could make a stop at X Street 3rd.
193 vehicle lit off. Being stopped X-Ray at 3rd. White Ford F-150.
CHP has a white F4150 stopped at X and 3rd. I don't know what for.
If they 101, latest stop on nearby description, eastbound west of Purchase.
Crystal, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that.
Eastbound west of Prairie City.
And on that note, that sponsorship link right down there is a great way. Some quid pro quo.
811, go ahead with the plate on the right shoulder.
Nice, thanks, Crystal. Appreciate that. And a lot of businesses like, and a way that they can sponsor us, getting some visibility, is sponsoring one of our virtual ride-alongs. And all the details are right in that pinned link at go.psnews.us/sponsor VRA for virtual ride-along.
Clear registration is current through 2 of 2005 Honda. It's going to be a last up Hoffman versus DNR.
Yeah, when you call back and there's no answer on call back. 101 copy.
Crystal, really, really appreciate that. Oh, that was still red. But here in the middle of the night, we do sometimes treat them like stop signs, because we are like some of the side streets. There is no traffic for miles, and it's like, why are we still sitting here?
No prior.
Well, 15
And we'll do one more run around check.
302 is an unruly subject refusing to leave. Fire department's on scene in front of the apartment. They responded to the bombing.
Check our hot spots real quick for downtown. And
police subject, or if it's related to their medical call at all.
if no calls pop up, we'll go ahead and call it an evening.
10 light copy.
So, if you'll join us, that was a good one. Dan, if you did, that's good. Anyway,
Today is fall from a scooter. Alert, disoriented, GCS of 14, repetitive questioning, positive loss of consciousness, bleeding from the head, face, and nose, unable to find any other major injuries, just fighting us, being combative, on a backboard, blood pressure is 140 over pulse, SpO2 99%.
okay, so that was the information on that individual who fell off the scooter that we were just at. And he did a significant fall down and go boom.
That lives at Plow Seat Office. There's a subject in the bushes in front of the building. Male white 20s, 5'8", thin build, unknown clothing, has a bicycle.
Where was that at?
12:16 on a 940. 110 to copy.
110 light copy.
Alpha 17, Alpha 13 on a 927. Subject 660 Garden Highway, self-storage. Complainant is the manager that lives at Plow Seat Office. There's a subject in the bushes in front of the building. Male white 20s.
Okay, it's over on Garden Highway. So I say about the radios that we have, we can replay if we miss something. Anyway, so our scooter fall down, go boom guy, he really boo-booed himself and has some head injuries, bleeding from the head, and some loss of consciousness and some injury to his face. And so that's why they had him on the backboard.
Alpha 16, be advised, the fire called back. They're clearing. The female that left eastbound San Juan. And they said it was up to us if we want to continue. Female white adult, heavy set, black hoodie, black pants.
On an act, since it was just a medical aid call and if they're not concerned about it, we could walk.
Check 1215, code 4. One 110-3, go ahead.
Can we confirm that fire's coming to their 945 call? Alpha 27 here for report number.
110-3, affirm they are responding. I'll confirm on the hotline. Stand by. Break. Alpha 27, it's 392-476. 392-476. 110-3, if they're staging, they're clear to enter.
And we'll head into Old Sacramento and check there.
110-3, fire was advised, clear to enter on your call.
And looks like things are wrapping up here in Old Sac as well. We're checking Old Sacramento, just doing our last beat check around, see how things are going. Crystal, thank you, we appreciate that. And so Old Sacramento is nice and quiet. And that is really all we have to check out tonight. Unless something else pops up. Usually around this time is, you know, after all the bar and nightclub kickouts. If there weren't any fights, then within the next half hour or so, we get the accidents.
Medic 6, Engine 6, back chain 4031 47th Street. Back chain 4031 47th Street. Battalion 2, Medic 6, Engine 6, fire map 190 Bravo 2, Operation Bravo 6.
One Alpha 36 to start. Additional units needed. Sam 3 to copy on a 945. Going to be at Engine 14, which is at 1341 North C Street. Fires requesting TD no code for a male banging on the door talking about suicide and homicide.
Oh, we'll head over there. So, Engine 14 is over by Loaves and Fishes, and there's a subject over there that's banging on the fire station door talking about suicide and homicide. So like I said, you know, it's always nothing going on, then something will pop up. And these situations like this, you know, it's obviously going to be a transient individual, probably with mental health issues. But sometimes those turn into really serious situations. So we'll head to them and see what goes on. Gotta say, our officers here in Sacramento are really trained really well in handling those situations.
Okay, so when I copy that, with the charge just before.
So again, we're heading to station 14 off of North B in Ahern for a report of a subject banging on the fire station door, threatening suicide and homicide. Good night, Gary. Yeah, love all those red lights, huh? So that used to be set up.
Henry, George, Charles, George, 225.
The lights all went yellow after midnight, flashing yellow. And there's only a couple of lights that would actually be activated.
Victor Ben comes back to plate 5 Victor Robert Zebra 580, clear expired 9/16 of 2019 on a 2002 Honda with the release of liability to JA Automotive out of Sacramento.
Hey, it's right. Get to the red light.
One Alpha 35, I'm going to start you to Alpha 36, 1341 North C Street.
So the police units just got assigned to that. So we don't want to get there too far ahead of the police officers.
One Alpha 36 from 1 Alpha 35, fire come back and advised the subject was last seen southbound at Ahern. We didn't know if he sent them on their way or not.
Yeah, for confirming, we have no description on this person. Yeah, we can code 4 units, make that all units until we get another call.
Okay, they're going to cancel.
5, you can code 4.
Vegetation fire, Home Depot on Truxell Road.
Go south at North B in there.
Time 3 is 18, grass fire, and back of Home Depot, 3611 Truxell Road. Grass fire, and back of Home Depot, 3611 Truxell Road. Time 3 is 19, map 109, Charlie 1, Operation Services.
So we'll take a stroll through that area anyways, heading back into downtown. So building on the right is Redlands Furniture, and a car crashed down where the windows are down at the far end of the building. Still boarded up on the other side of those windows. Car crashed into that building about a month ago. That was a hellacious accident. Oh, we do have the officer is down there with somebody. Looks like.
Near the AMPM, nothing else seen or heard.
So gunshots fired at MLK and 47th near the AMPM. which isn't very uncommon for that area. They canceled because the subject left the fire department. Yeah, looks like the officer may have the subject over by his car. Yeah, the subject quit banging on the doors at the fire station, and the subject was away, so they didn't have a description. And he wasn't banging on the fire station door anymore, so there was really no reason for officers to respond, but this officer was in the area, so he came by and checked anyways and located the subject. Oh, yeah, he does have somebody there in front of the car.
He's alert, oriented, she's got 16. Sinus on the 12 lead, sinus on the monitor at 76, 95 on there, 130 over 80 blood pressure. Having ETA about 7 to 8 minutes. Unless you have anything further, I'll be really.
What unit is this again, please?
Medic 32.
So his name is Robert.
We got medic 32, but even 7 to 8, so there was no clear.
So evidently this was the individual that was banging on the door at the fire station, and the officer's assessing the situation. There's probably another officer on the way, and but we're gonna go ahead and clear off of this. There's the other officer. Oh, maybe we'll hang out for a minute.
First network for 4 will be 10-3 FSD. Good. Oh, 29. Did you check? You're 10-2. You're behind the wiener schnitzel, El Camino Paso, male subject, about 30 years old, sitting as difficulty of breathing and requesting fire response.
Glad he put his sweatshirt on. He was making me cold. So once again, we're on a situation that officers were called to Fire Station 14 by Loaves and Fishes off of North C and Ahern Street, one of our transient areas. And he left the fire station, and so officers were actually canceled, but one of the officers was already in the area, so he came upon the subject, and so now they're just making contact and evaluating him and see if he's an individual that meets the criteria for help.
Are they able to get out of the house? Hey, please, 9-4, yes.
So that's all they will probably tell him to have a nice night and stay warm. Clear off of this. So that's well, a lot of our officers are tied up on over 90. Get this now. This is some stats for you. Over 90% of our downtown calls for police officers in the fire department are transient related and situations like that. One of the other common ones is a transient with a stick or a pipe. And now that's quote-unquote a weapons situation, which puts it up a higher priority. And while they're dealing with that, someone's breaking into your house and there's no units available because they're dealing with situations like that. So that is a common situation.
They're going to try to leave safely. We're staying line.
Fire dispatch, medical notified. Fire dispatch, medical fire station.
Yet another red light. Here we sit.
Used on the 14 weapons called following them.
Well, once again, we want to thank you all for joining us tonight. We'll go ahead and wrap this up. And it'd be great having you along for another virtual ride along. And again, we want to ask you to... Hold on, we got dispatch coming across.
Advisory, medic 20, engine 20, difficulty breathing.
Okay, it's difficulty breathing. Oh, we got a question here. I'll stop for a minute and check out our question.
You're approaching a correct person.
Pretty close there, Crystal.
They're hanging up now. Thank you.
Go to YouTube and look up a video called "Seattle is Dying." Seattle is Dying. It's a documentary that's been done extremely well. It's actually one of the best documentaries I think I've ever seen, just the way it was done. But when you watch it, you will see exactly what's happening here in Sacramento right now, almost verbatim. So that's called "Seattle is Dying." It's a YouTube documentary, about an hour long, and again, it's done very well. You'll very engaging. So once again, thanks for joining us. And if you know folks that you could push that sponsorship link in front of business owners, real estate agents, etc., anyone who wants to get some exposure on their business, I think we're a great way for that. We have thousands in our reach on these exposure, so that would be great. All right, again, have a great evening and stay safe, stay warm and dry. We got a wet weekend coming up. If you plan on traveling to the mountains, it's really discouraged this weekend. It's going to be very dangerous driving conditions over the passes, and so if you can put off a trip, that would be a great idea. And yeah, once again, please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe there. We need a lot of subscriptions and viewing time. YouTube's putting some new requirements on, so we need to have at least 1,000 subscribers, and I think it's like over 4,000 hours of viewership. So if y'all can help us out and enjoy some of our playlists, that would be great. All right, this is Maverick, Public Safety News. Thanks again for joining us, and make sure you plan on joining us tomorrow night. It'll be myself, Ace, and Dan will be rolling tomorrow night. It will be much different than it was tonight. It will be quite active. The streets will be a lot busier. It'll look like rush hour time at 2 o'clock in the morning. So be safe, have a great day tomorrow, and again, make sure you're preparing for that weather that's coming our direction here in Northern California. Maverick Public Safety News in downtown Sacramento.